Words of our Divine Mother from the book The Mother by Sri Aurobindo with Mother's comments. Comments on chapter 3, page 67. Question: how can there be an egoistic faith in the mental being? Sri Aurobindo says an egoistic faith in the mental and vital being tainted by ambition, pride, vanity, mental arrogance, vital self-will, personal demand, desire for the petty satisfactions of the lower nature is a low and smoke-obscured flame that cannot burn upwards to heaven. Mother says Sri Aurobindo has explained it, described it very well. Tainted by ambition, etc. I find that if you put it differently, it is much more true. Is there any faith which does not have a little of all that? For it is said, it has been repeated, that faith, if it is pure, is capable of. Nothing can resist it. This means that if one were to have an absolutely pure faith, untainted by all these things, a true faith, let's say the true faith, well, nothing would be impossible. One could be transformed overnight, one could bring down the supermind in a moment, one could do anything. One could do anything in a moment if one had faith. But it must be a pure faith. It should not be mixed with any personal reactions or personal will. A pure faith is something all-powerful and irresistible. One does not often find a faith that is all-powerful and irresistible, and this shows that it is not quite pure. The question should be put like this: each one of us has a faith. For example, a faith in something, say a faith in the divine presence within us. If our faith were pure, we would at once be aware of this divine presence within us. This example is very easy to understand. You have faith, is it there? But you don't have the experience. Why? Because the faith is not pure. If the faith were quite pure, immediately the thing would be done. This is very true. So when you become aware that the thing is not realized at once, you can begin to look. But why isn't it realized? What is there in my faith? And if you go on looking with the same sincerity, you will find that there are many little things in it. So many little things, not big as this, which are repulsive. Little things. So, many a times a little conceit comes in, and then a desire. Not a very violent one. It doesn't show itself very much. The importance it gives you, the power it will give you, and the satisfaction it will give you. Next question. In the physical world, are things seen as in the physical world or as in dreams? For this, our mother says we have to agree on what dreams are. There are dreams where you see things so precisely, so concretely, that the material world seems rather unreal in comparison. There are dreams like that where things are so intense, so precise, so concrete, so objective, and leave you with such a vivid impression that the material world seems rather misty, not very clear, not very distinct. So, if it is a dream like that, yes. But if it is a dream where things clash incoherently, inconsistently with one another, no. The first step, you must be able to discern the various inner states of being and know for sure this belongs to the vital, this belongs to the mind, this belongs to the psychic, this belongs to the matter. As I said earlier, there are sub-degrees in that. There is a material vital, a vital vital, a mental vital, a vital under the psychic influence. You must be able to classify things very clearly and not allow any mixtures, any vague confusions in yourself. Oh, where does this moment come from? What is it? Indistinct impressions. That is the first step. Second step, You learn to concentrate in one of these inner states. You choose the one which you feel to be the most alive, the most developed in yourself, and you learn to concentrate there. And then you do the same exercises. I wonder whether you remember the exercises you used to do when you were very young in order to walk, to drink, to talk, to hear, to feel. You used to do many exercises. All children do exercises without knowing it, but they do them. So you have to do something on the same lines. You must build up senses and develop them, make them conscious, independent, and precise in their perceptions. That is the second stage. It may take time, but it may come quickly. It depends on the degree of development of your inner being. After that is only a beginning. After that, you must learn to isolate yourself from all the parts of the other parts of the being, to concentrate on the one where you want to have the experience, and concentrate in such a way that you come into contact with the corresponding outer world. I don't mean that it is an exteriorization that leaves your body in a state of coma. No, a very intense concentration is enough, a power to isolate yourself from everything except the place where you are concentrating. And then, when you come in contact with the corresponding world, you must want that, and little by little, you learn how to do it. And there you have the exercise required to improve the senses you have gradually developed and then give them a field of action. At first, you may be rather lost in the outer world. You won't be feeling quite at ease, but little by little, you will get used to it and start moving about there in a way that is appropriate to each of these worlds. But if you know beforehand what they are like, the mind is such a magnificent instrument of formation that it can build up a whole experience for you, and unfortunately, it will never be the genuine experience. It will be just merely a mental construction. So, normally, when you want to instruct someone about these occult matters, you never tell them what is going to happen in the beginning. The only thing is that if something happens to them, if he says, "This has happened to me," you tell him, "Yes, this is correct." "No, this is not correct." You can help him, but you don't tell him beforehand. You will go to such and such a place, it will be like that. You will have such and such an experience, etc. For then, all these things may happen only because of a well built mental constructions in which you move about with ease. In this case, it's really a dream. Next question. If one is not aware of the divine presence, can one enjoy the divine protection? For this, mother says, there too it depends on the case. It may occur. It is not always like that, but it may occur. It may happen that the divine grace is given to you, someone without his knowledge about anything about it. This even happens more often one thinks. Date 30th January 1951.